Next, we have Mr. Eric Ashby, Vice President and Mill Manager for Domtar, regarding their air permit extension request.
So my understanding, I just have to, perfect. You can't sit? Thank you, Mayor Malabar. Also joining me is Kristen Dingelmeyer. She's our environmental lead here at the pulp mill. And also, I'm also pleased to say that in the audience we have some of our managers at the mill, and also our union executive came here today, which are part of CP Local 10B. First of all, I want to thank you for inviting us here to City Council so we're able to explain our air permit amendment. And the second thing is also, well, the reason we're here is on behalf of the 430 employees of the Kamloops pulp mill. We're asking for your support for our air permit amendment application. And part of our air permit amendment application, there is some technical reasons and there's also some economic reasons why we want to do this amendment. So we do have 4 slides here because we were told 10 minutes, and I do have a lot of backup slides on this. But the 4 slides, I'll go through in the first one, the next one, well, if it works. Yeah, it worked. Is the technical requirements. Our existing air permit that we have today is looking at a reduction of 60% our high stack particulates. And in the last 18 months, we've been working with engineering firms, and with consultants to look at, identify what we call best achievable control technology, also known as BACT, to achieve this goal of reduction of 60% in particulates, and also to make sure that we don't impact the air quality in Kamloops. Our efforts have identified that we need to do upgrades on our existing equipment, plus also we have to buy new equipment. For safety reasons, the new equipment on the power boilers that we're looking at will require dedicated stacks at the mill level. The upgrade on the recovery boiler emissions will continue to discharge to the high stack. So when we look at our the technical reasons for our amendment, we see 2 key takeaways. Our proposal is looking at a reduction of 70% of our particulate emissions, not 60% like the existing air permit that we do have. Secondly, we believe there will be no measurable differences in the Kamloops air quality. So if I go to the next slide, the second part of our amendment is for economic reasons. I think everybody here in this room is fully aware of the current global financial crisis that we're facing. In 2008, Domtar, as a corporation, lost $573 million. In the first quarter of 2009, we announced also a loss of $45 million for the corporation. Like any other companies facing financial challenges, we are severely limited in the amount of capital dollars we have available to spend. Domtar has 15 major pulp and paper facilities in North America. We have already been allocated this year a major portion of the available capital for the company. And what we mean by capital is money for new project. In March of 2009, we announced that we were spending $8 million in our mill for our recovery boiler rebuild, which is also first steps towards reducing particulates at the mill. Taking these financial constraints, we must phase in our particulate reduction capital expenditures over the next 6 years instead of 3. So when we look at the economic reasons for our amendment, there are 2 key takeaways for us. The particulate reduction improvements will be phased in over the next 6 years, and work has already begun. All particulate reductions will be in place by 2016. So that is our proposal for our new air permit amendment. Conclusion. I think everybody at the mill, including Domtar, are committed to doing our part to sustain Kamloops' good air quality. But we are looking for a balanced approach to particulate reduction which takes into account technical and financial constraints. This is why we're coming today and asking your support for our air permit amendment application. So on behalf of the 430 employees at the Kamloops Pulp Mill, I'd like to thank you for listening to us and be willing to answer all your questions.
In relation to the stack,